On the occasion of Ranu's 64th birthday, I take this opportunity of wishing her all the best in life with best of health, happiness, spiritual progress and all good things. I also take this opportunity to tell a tale of two hearts trapped in their souls as soulmates in different geographical locations with friendship spanning over 50 years. Over hill, over dale, we have hit the dusty trail, traversing various walks of life with our souls tied together, Rano. Right from class 7, I remember when you divulged the greatest secret of Bhutto having gone to Bombay to become an actor, and you swore me to secrecy that I should not talk to others because we should not speak ill of people. Such were your ethical standards right from childhood. Both of us grew up as conscientious students, but both lacking in punctuality while we were in school. We have so many pleasant memories of our school days, making Uncle wait when we played and chatted, having lunch at home served by Ma in a common big steel plate. We later graduated in different colleges with different specialization. Rano, you took English, well, I did geography. You were not content mastering English, so you got skilled in French, where as you joined Alliance Française, where you met your dream partner, Philip, and you got married after some wait. I too got married early, but we kept in touch throughout, visiting each other's homes. And whenever you came to India, we would meet, would try and meet. And once we went to Montreal also, and we enjoyed your great hospitality and had an insight into your life, which was very very gratifying. You see, the great bond that makes us friendship very special is, Ranu, that you are my only friend which is got such a strong bond with the Ramakrishna order, and both of us have got this common vein of Thakur and Ma being with us. So this has had a special bonding in our lives. When we went to Montreal, we saw what a beautiful wife you were, what a good daughter-in-law. So much so we remember that your mother-in-law came to pick us up driving when we landed there. That speaks volumes of your character, which we really all admire. Your food, Sid remembers still now that what a good cook Ranu Masi is. You cooked for us specially. And what a great daughter the pictures show, and how much you took care of your mother. When you lost, we have faced many ups and downs together. You had lost Baba, then you lost your brother, then you lost your mother. I lost my father, but the good thing was that we were together for each other. I remember when you lost Philip, I was in Cochin. I told you, Ranu, I'll please come over. You'd forbid me to come. You said you will tell me whenever you needed me. But the most touching gesture of yours, which has touched the innermost core of my heart, is when you came to see me, when you came to serve and see me while in Bombay. And this is a clip about you singing for me, and your bhajans have always been a source of strength for me throughout. This compilation of our photographs and our journey together is not complete. We want to complete it, but right now this is just a stopgap arrangement. On this day, let me enumerate few exemplary qualities about you, Ranu, which I really, really admire. Firstly, your deep love and affection. You are a very loving and affectionate person. You love Philip dearly. You love your children. You love your mother in law. You love your family. And you love your friends like me a lot. Love is the paramount emotion in you, which we all really admire. Second is your strength of character and the tenacity that is diagnostic in every sphere of your life. You're studying French, gaining mastery over it. You're loving Philip so intensely, and to wait for the trials and tribulations of the wedding is also a proof of your tenacity and strength. Thirdly, your expertise in your professional life. For years, you're working in the same university, and you're dispensing your duties so efficiently, using the gains from the job for the betterment of your family and so many people you help. Fourthly, your big heart. This is evident in all your roles in life, as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter in law, as a daughter, as a sister. The way you give everybody, whosoever needs your support, is something that shows you have a really, really big heart. And any blind person who visited Montreux can see that you smilingly stay in a much smaller apartment than your mother-in-law, but you never have a single frown on that. You love her so much, you love your sister in law, and they also reciprocate because of your character. I'm really proud of you, Ranu. Fifth is your non materialistic approach to life. Money has always been a means and never the end for you. That's why you radiate happiness. Sixth is simplicity of character, absolutely straight and simple, beyond any scope of complications or any schemes. You're a hardcore, simple, untarnished girl, untouched by nuances of high society. You are just like a simple 15-year-old girl from Bankura village staying in Paris. Your internal being has not changed at all with the march of time or geographical location. Seventh is your non egoistical approach. You put others in front of you always. Eighth is your spiritual fervor, which is very unique to you and very attractive part of your persona, which I really admire. This is the special binding force between both of us, that we both are spiritually inclined. Ninth, which is last but not the least, is you are a true friend who over time and again has proved her mettle, and no one is quite like you. A doer who can actually walk the much extra mile for a friend and not utter a single word. The way you have served me when I was in Bombay hospital down with cancer is exemplary, Ranu. May Ma Sharda be with you and give you all. Ranu, I must thank you for encouraging me to write the book set after my heart, Nahabad the Param Tirtho. I must thank you for reading the manuscripts and giving your suggestions and your ideas. Thank you, Ranu. I love you for this great thing that you're doing. And also, I would like to say that we have many unfulfilled dreams which we have dreamt together for the twilight years of our life, that is now, which have begun. These twilight years, we want to bask in each other's company and enjoy whatever we have been dreaming about. One of them is to go to Banaras together and to go to Vrindavan together. We'll surely do it. And we are also toying with the idea of visiting the various Vedanta societies in the world. I think there is some in France, there is some in the US. We will fulfill our dreams together. Life will surely fulfill our dreams together, and we will walk the twilight years of our life in a lot of merriment and happiness with a lot of camaraderie. I'm sure Ma Sharda will guide us through so that we spend this period in enjoying ourselves and being at peace with ourselves and doing good to people.